2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And head coach Dave Yeager switching from the Grizzlies to the Kings going into last season. Had a few good seasons in Memphis. What comes to mind when you think about Dave Yeager as a coach?
He's quiet, but he's hardworking.
Is he really that quiet?
Very quiet. He's probably overlooked when we talk about the league's best coaches.
Well, you know, he's got a practical approach, but it really isn't a flamboyant approach. So a lot of times you kind of don't notice him sometimes on the sideline. But he might not be flashy, but he's effective.
How quiet is he?
Really quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you talked to him before?
No, I couldn't hear him.
I can't hear you guys. What are y'all doing over there?
Kevin Harlan standing by with a call.
Like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. It's the Sacramento Kings facing the Golden State Warriors. And tonight, something we always like to see, two fierce conference rivals going at it. Doris, what's the difference in emotion in a rivalry game such as this?
Well, what you like about something like tonight's game is there's a little bit of distaste, right? When these two teams meet, something important's on the line, and you can feel the intensity.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Sacramento, Carter is out there with Ingram. And it's Fox. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2 spot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So it's the Warriors now. Here's Curry. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. Thompson with it, now guarded by Ingram. Shot off the pick. And Green with the basket on the assist by Pachulia. Green's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Warriors. Bogdanovich with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Curry against Fox. Curry dishes to Pachulia. Pachulia sets a screen for Curry. And here's Green outside. Warriors the rebound. Carter with the block. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Goes back up. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
And that one's good. Ingram.
No stopping Ingram when he's in a rhythm like this, especially when he gets a pass in a spot he loves to pull from.
Now here's Durant. A 24-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
And it felt like he was literally everywhere on the defensive end. Multiple rejections, stifling all game long.
Curry on the wing. Defended by Carter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
Here's Fox. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Now here's Green. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Shots good by Durant.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
Here's Cauley-Stein. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Green with the block.
Draymond Green twice on the pipe, sends it right back to the shooter.
Fox against Curry. Pachulia with the screen on Carter. And that one's good. Durant.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Now here's Ingram. 32 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Lock at 2. Here's Fox. The shot will not fall. Curry with some nice D.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Durant kicks to Curry. Passes it to Green. Picked by Pachulia. Back to Curry. Here's the 3. Carter pulls it in. The Kings trail by 4. And at this point, everyone knows just how deadly this Warriors offense can be. So many weapons and all the stars that can just take over a game doors. It really is a matter of pick your poison.
Well, to me, Kev, it's arguably one of the best offenses the NBA has ever seen. Statistically, they have put up numbers on par with any other great team in history. The threes are the sizzle, but to measure this team strictly in that category would be a disservice.
Fox kicks to Carter. Cauley Stein with a screen on Durant. Lock at 6. Fox against Pachulia.
Well, you got to love the effort of Pachulia. Uses that frame to bother shooters.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Green passes to Durant. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Durant's got 8 points.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things in him, but he's been unstoppable.
Fox kicks to Ingram. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And the 3 off target. Warriors leading by 4. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
As he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter, he's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season. Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator, and that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Now here's Thompson. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Brooklyn. Durant kicks to Curry. Over Fox, and the Warriors take on 2 more.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Carter outside. Pass to Bogdanovich. He dishes it to Fox. Shoots over Curry. Curry with the defensive effort.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
That one misses. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Look, Greg, they simply didn't bring it. And that's one of those losses that you just have to throw away and forget about.
Now here's Cauley Stein. His last outing, he had 8 points. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Carter's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at 3, as easy as that.
Curry dishes to Durant. Picked by Pachulia. Durant, the pass to Green. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Green's got 5 now.
Wow, we're accustomed to seeing Draymond Green make the pass, but how about that catch-and-shoot delivery? Nice.
Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Cauley Stein with the screen for Bogdanovich. Cauley Stein. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Warriors leading by 6. He kicks it to Curry. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Fox. Curry dishes to Green. Fires from the line. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And now an 8-point Warrior lead. Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Carter kicks to Ingram. Fires from 14. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Pachulia's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now Curry. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Now that we're into the season, some small injuries, and in some cases, Doris, big injuries have already occurred. Is this where a team's depth really gets tested?
You know what's striking and what separates the NBA from college basketball on any other level to me is the players on the end of the bench who could go a stretch of 5 to 10 games and not be at all a part of a rotation, but where an injury occurs, Kevin, they are forced to step in and contribute right away. And it speaks volumes about the level of professionalism for those players who are able to not play, to not be getting any minutes at all, and then step in when required and be effective. Truly an incredible thing.
Great look at it. Here is Mason. He's currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Jackson kicks to Goodwin. Coley Stein a screen. West with the steal. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's McCall. An 11-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Just got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
The Kings trail by 10. And here is Mason. Labissiere, the screen. They need this one. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's McCall. And that one is hammered home.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And David West gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Now here's Goodwin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Here's Livingston. The shot's good on the assist by West. And the Warriors lead by 12.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Mason the pass to Cauley Stein. Now the dish to Goodwin. And that's a foul called on Archie Goodwin. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Warriors making a change here. Young's checked in. 1:22 left to play in the first quarter. There's the pick. The pass to Iguodala. Over Labissiere, and it's Iguodala missing. The Kings trail by 12. Goodwin kicks to Mason. Pass to Jackson. 51 seconds left in the first. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back. Another shot. Lays it up and banks it in. Cauley Stein's got 6.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
McCaw, the pass to Livingston. And again, no good by Golden State.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Goodwin with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the net.
The Kings shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one drops. He's off on the second. Now Iguodala kicks to Livingston. A 3-ball. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a cruising game inside, and it's working for them. Right back after this break.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game. And work ethic, a big part of Steph Curry's success, as he was not a highly regarded 5-star recruit coming out of high school.
There's obviously ways that you can get better as a player from year to year and find different ways to show, what you're capable of, and that's kind of how, my story unfolded from high school to now, is just adding a little bit of piece here, a piece there every single year.
And he's certainly become not only a complete player, but the kind of true star guys that every team is looking to build around.
When he was drafted, Steph was viewed by most scouts as a great shooter. Not a centerpiece, but boy, were they wrong.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
They've got Iguodala. Livingston is out there with McCall. Then there's Nick Young, and it's West in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. Now here's Labissiere. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint. And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
The defense getting a little lazy there. You can't give him those shots. He'll make you pay every time.
Cauley-Stein a screen. There's the pick. Here's Goodwin. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
He throw good. Good one. Hey, Greg, when Cauley Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change a player. Cauley Stein had been getting better and better before the trade. Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence and his play.
Goodwin kicks to Cauley Stein. Cauley Stein a screen. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on David West. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach. And someday maybe I'll coach a boys high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business. And slowly but surely, it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be. And sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets.
Oh!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Labissiere, the screen. Iguodala with the steal. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. Good work there as it goes. And now it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
Boy, you cannot let Andre Iguodala sprint past you in transition. He's a big-time threat in that environment.
Mason dishes to Goodwin. Feeds it to Mason. Clock at 6. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Livingston passes to West. There's a good screen. Young outside. Back to Livingston. 14 feet away. Goodwin with the steal. Here is Mason. He's covered by Livingston. Mason kicks to Goodwin. Cauley Stein a screen. This year dishes to Jackson. Clock at 4. Here's Goodwin. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Iguodala outside. West a screen on Mason. Here's Livingston, and it's Golden State with another.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. You look at the height of Sean Livingston, Doris, and how he is able to both score and facilitate for others. He is a coach's dream in that regard.
Well, Sean Livingston is a mismatch nightmare because with his size, he can shoot over most point guards in the post or in the mid-range. But then if you put a bigger player on him, he can create mismatches at other positions. He's a tough guard.
look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Green comes in for Young. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCall. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Ingram, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Carter comes in for Jackson. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Archie Goodwin. And it's Fox in for Mason.
You know, I think one claim to fame that if I'm Steph Curry, I'm taking a lot of personal pride in, Kev, is the fact that he was the NBA's first ever unanimous MVP. It's really hard for me to fathom that this will ever occur again in history.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Stephen Curry. Yours, who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, to think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Yes, yes. Here's Ingram. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Curry against Fox. Warriors with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead early. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long. You know, if you ask most coaches in the league who is the best player off the bench, they'll probably tell you Andre Iguodala. He just gives you so much, right? The ability to be a playmaker, to make open shots. He's an incredible floor leader for the second unit. Gentlemen. Everything you could ask for in a sub, it's Andre Iguodala.
The free throw drops for Iguodala. And for Andre Iguodala, most coaches would tell you he is the best off-the-bench option in the league, but he doesn't look like he'll ever win a 6th Man of the Year award.
And I think, Kevin, that goes to how the award is voted on more than it says anything about Andre Iguodala's impact on a basketball game. The 6th Man of the Year is usually the highest scoring reserve. Iguodala's effect on winning goes well beyond putting points on the board.
To the paint. Outside for Curry. Back to Thompson. Iguodala, the pass to Curry. They get it back.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Thompson against Bogdanovich. This year, kicks to Fox. Second shot opportunity. Green with the block. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Iguodala. They set the screen. Here's Thompson. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Well, Thompson's frame may be lean, but make no mistake, he's got great strength, and he powers through the shot.
Bogdanovich sets the pick for Labissiere. Shoots, and the rejection by Curry. And here is Green. He's got 5. Outside Curry. Picked by Pachulia. Over in the corner, Green. It's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. That's now 8 points for Draymond Green.
Well, Draymond Green works hard to be a consistent threat from the perimeter. He understands he's the most likely guy to be left open.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
I'll tell you, there are a lot of pretty jump shots in the NBA, but for my money right now, Klay Thompson is right at the top. He has perfected and honed his form, and boy, when he gets hot, it's lights out.
Durant's checked in for Golden State. There's the feed to Ingram. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And for Clay Doris and his shooting, he has worked to complete his entire set of offensive options. Started as just a shooter, but now he is a threat on many fronts.
Well, he's one of the best shooters to play right now in today's NBA, but the reality is he has greatly improved his ability to finish at the rim and play with his back to the basket. The jumper's always going to be the primary weapon, but now he's balanced that with a number of other options.
The first free throw is good. Doris, there are always rumblings about teams and players who don't like what the press is writing about them, trying to ban certain media members from the locker room. What's the danger, you think, in doing that?
To me, any credentialed media should never be banned from a locker room, from an opportunity to bring their fans closer to the sport, simply because you object either about the content of the coverage or the amount of coverage does not exclude a media member from the locker room. I think it's a very dangerous precedent, Kev.
Good point. Curry against Fox. Curry dishes to Thompson. Green kicks to Curry. Fires for three, and there's Green on the assist by Curry. Green's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors. Now, here's Fox. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And Brandon Ingram, the second overall pick in 2016 out of Duke. What do you make of his rookie season?
You know, very much a work in progress. You have to remember how young he is. Didn't turn 19 until 3 months before the draft, and he's still rail thin. So he's got a chance to improve very quickly over the next few seasons as his body continues to mature.
The first one falls. Doris, so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or
I
Bill
wish we
Russell?
could. I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
I know.
Well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make. Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Launches a three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined. But what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up. Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
The Kings trail by 15. Fox with it. They set the pick. Dishes it to Labissiere. Carter with a three, and another three for Sacramento.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
And Thompson kicks to Durant. Pachulia with the screen on Carter. And the wide open shot from Green. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 14 points for Draymond Green.
And the three-pointers are starting to add up. That's his third of the quarter, and it brings him to 4 on the game.
Ingram passes to Labissiere. Thompson against Bogdanovich. Over Thompson. Bogdanovich, no luck. Warriors leading by 15. It's Thompson off the drive, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Thompson's got his second basket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for Sacramento.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
And he can't get the first one. And in terms of just how explosive this Warriors team can be, they can get hot over a course of a few minutes. And Doris, just put a team away. The way they can shoot from deep and then play defense is just overwhelming.
How often have we seen, Kev, the game might be a 2 or 3 possession game, and within seconds, all of a sudden, they're up 20. They're incredibly deep shooting. Their ability to play off their own made shots and build momentum can steamroll a team.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Outside Durant. Green with a screen for Durant. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Thompson passes to Green. Shoots over Ingram. But they get it back. Curry wide open, and another three for Golden State.
Well, that's the shot we've all come to expect from Steph Curry. When he's on his game, he's capable of making threes at an historic rate.
Passes it to Carter. Back to Bogdanovich. Labissiere, the screen. Carter outside. Over Durant. And it's Carter missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Pass to Green. Picked by Pachulia. Green kicks to Pachulia. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And Durant gets it to go.
I'll tell you, don't let Kevin Durant start to percolate from outside that arc, because you're going to be in for a tough night.
The dish to Ingram. Over Green. And it's Ingram missing. Now Green. And so it's the Golden State Warriors cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Joined here by Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what's the takeaway from the first half, and what changes are needed?
Well, they just lined up and kicked our tails straight up one-on-one in transition. We got to own up. We got to keep the basketball in front of us. So shots are going to fall. We need to make some buckets. That'll help set our defense a little bit.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
incredible first half by Kevin Durant. His combination of length and skill set is a nightmare to defend. He can pile up massive points within the flow of the offense, which is really impressive. And he's not out there barking at people. He's just letting his production do the talking.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Welcome back to the Bay Area, everyone, as we take a peek at Coit Tower with the skyline of gorgeous San Francisco just behind. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Warriors leading by 22. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got Fox. Ingram is out there with Carter, and it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard position. Over in the corner, Green. Picked by Pachulia. 6 to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, it is so rare to see a player like Draymond Green who can legitimately guard 1 through 5, right? This guy moves so well, anticipates every play on the floor. He is just so disruptive and can shut down a player on any given night.
That free throw missing. And you think, Doris, about the impact of Draymond Green, and he has had on that defensive end, again, Defensive Player of the Year last season in the NBA. Beyond the triple-doubles without any points, he can just erase chances in crunch time.
I would say he is about the last guy you want to go at when the game is hanging in the balance, because his defense raises its level when the game is going to be determined. I think he might have another Player of the Year on the defensive end in his tool belt before it's all said and done.
Fox passes to Bogdanovich. Cauley Stein with the screen for Bogdanovich. Ingram dishes to Bogdanovich. Carter against Durant. Cauley Stein a screen. Here's Carter. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Thompson with the bucket.
Well, Thompson is getting increasingly difficult to stop on the dribble drive. When he gets hit, he stays with the play.
Now here's Ingram, guarded by Green. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Carter with it, guarded now by Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Ingram. 14 points for Vince Carter.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
Here's Curry. Sacramento grabs the miss. Cauley-Stein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Fox. Carter outside. Fox kicks to Carter. Curry against Fox. He dishes it to Ingram. 3-pointer. That doesn't go either for Carter. Warriors leading by 22. The wide open look for Durant. Open jump shot off the mark. And here is Fox. To the inside. Ingram. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And how about the deceptive strength of Ingram, just willing his shots in over the defense.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Ingram.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
Durant, the pass to Thompson. Green, the screen. Nice shot by Thompson. Thompson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
Cauley-Stein with a screen on Curry. Carter on the wing, defended by Durant. Durant with some nice D.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Thompson with the bucket. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
Sacramento making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Curry is inside. Jackson on him. Curry gets the bucket.
What's incredible to me is the finishing ability Steph Curry has at the rim, oversized and through contact.
Fox dishes to Ingram. Cauley-Stein a screen. The 10-footer goes back up, and it's good on the way in. Cauley-Stein's got 11 points.
Well, second chance points can come from extreme effort on the offensive glass. Case in point there.
Green, the screen. And Thompson kicks to Durant. That one rolling around and rims out. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jackson setting the pick here for Fox. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Green, the screen. Golden State moving it around. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Pachulia with the screen on Fox. Curry attacking. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Here's Bogdanovich. Green with the block. Durant the pass to Curry. Shoots over Fox. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 16 points for Steph Curry. The Kings have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Fox kicks to Jackson. The pass to Fox. It's Ingram on the wing. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Ingram. Shoots over Curry. Offensive rebound. Cauley-Stein. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Cauley-Stein. Different look here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Pachulia. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. McCaw, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Archie Goodwin, he's checked in for the Kings. Mason checks in for Fox. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Warriors leading by 23. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
And he sinks the second.
Well, I think the veteran and championship experience of Andre Iguodala is critical. This guy is a versatile forward who is well known for being a defensive stopper.
Stolen. Here's McCaw. He kicks to Green.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
That free throw, no good.
And not doing very well at the line in this half. Percentage has dropped all the way down to below 60.
Labissiere's checked in for Cauley-Stein. And the second free throw, good.
You just admire Draymond Green for so many things. This guy is a talkative, passionate guy who certainly fires up the group around him.
Labissiere, the screen. Goodwin with it. Now Green defending. It's stolen by Green. Over Labissiere. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 18 points for Draymond Green.
You don't want to give Draymond Green any breathing space from the mid-range because that'll start to get him percolating on the offensive end.
This year, dishes to Ingram. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Ingram's got 14. Here's Livingston. He's got 10. Pass to Green. The tray. Again, the miss by Green. Sacramento's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Mason kicks to Ingram. Mason with it. There's the screen. Back to Ingram. Shot clock at 6. Jackson setting the pick here for Ingram. That shot is off. The Warriors go the other way with it. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Livingston passes to McCaw. Kicks it to Young. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Jackson kicks to Labissiere. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Can't let Labissiere get that close to the bucket. Just using that massive 6'11" frame to get a quality attempt.
They set the pick. Iguodala dishes to Livingston. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Labissiere's got 4 rebounds in this game. Mason kicks to Labissiere. Here is Mason. He's covered by Livingston. Off the screen. That one doesn't drop. The Warriors go the other way. Young outside. Now here's Livingston. He's guarded closely. Sacramento grabs the miss. Labissiere's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Mason kicks to Goodwin. There's the pick. Labissiere, the screen. Now here's Goodwin. He's covered closely. Here's Ingram. The Warriors pull it in.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
McCaw kicks to Livingston. Outside, Green. And again, no good by Golden State. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Goodwin passes to Mason. This year, kicks to Mason. Labissiere, the screen. Tries again. Green with the block. Now, here's Livingston, guarded by Jackson. Livingston dishes to Young. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Young's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Oh, just very good offensive execution. Couldn't have asked for a better shot.
There's the pick. Goodwin passes to Labissiere. Feeds to Jackson. Labissiere with the screen for Jackson. Over Young. That one a little long.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's going to go on Skal Labissiere.
Boy, Andre Iguodala is such a physical player. His frame allows him to take contact and get a shot at the goal.
The Warriors have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Iguodala. West is checked in for Nick Young. And the Kings also making a change. Carter's checked in. And Iguodala drops them both. 1:35 left in the third.
And how about last season, Steve Kerr becoming the fastest coach in NBA history to reach the 200-win plateau? This guy has had nothing but success in his first run and already considered one of the elite coaches in the league. Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away.
West, right side. Here's Green, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Well, make no mistake, Draymond Green will bully you on the interior if you allow it. You've got to make sure he doesn't force the issue.
And Doris, for Kerr to get win number 200, the team only needed 238 games played. For those wondering, that is an insane 84% winning percentage.
Wow. Yeah, Kev, you look at all the coaches in any sport, and none of them comes close to that career winning percentage. And for all his success, the guy remains humble and does nothing but give credit to the players. This guy deserves recognition for an incredible record.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Green. Sacramento with the ball. Mason kicks to Carter. 54 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Labissiere with the screen for Goodwin. That one's not going to go. West with some nice D.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Now, this is why guys love playing with Draymond Green. If you're open, he'll find you, and his feel for the game is amazing.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Goodwin kicks to Ingram. Labissiere with the screen for Ingram. Up off the screen and slam dunk by Ingram.
And with Ingram, he can score from anywhere. His jump shot is money, and his drives to the hoop, they're lethal.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's McCall. Over in the corner, Green buries it from three-point range. Green's got 23 points.
That's the aggressive mentality of Draymond Green. If he feels like he's got it going a little bit, he's going to be aggressive.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And we'll be back right after this. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got JaVale McGee. Caspi is out there with West. And there's Livingston. And it's McCaw in at the 2. That's the Warriors' 5. He feeds it to Livingston. And Doris, looking at the financial health of the league, tremendous TV ratings with the finals coverage again. Nearly half the teams valued around $1 billion, which to me is just unfathomable. Are we in the golden age of professional basketball in this country, of the NBA?
I think certainly we are in one of the great generations for the NBA. And think about this. I know soccer is the most popular game worldwide, Kevin, but increasingly basketball beyond the borders of the United States is one of the most popular and fastest growing sports. So I don't think there's any question the NBA is at its peak of its popularity with no end in sight. And I think there's a reason for that. You know, I think there's something very tangible and touchable to the NBA fan. Look at a guy like Steph Curry. He looks like every man, and yet he's finding tremendous success. That's appealing to NBA fans of the next generation.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. And he's good on the second. Sacramento's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Aldridge kicks to Taylor. Teardrop shot. A shot's good from Aldridge.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The feed to Casper. Dishes it to West. McCaw kicks to Caspi. Here's the screen. Passes it to McGee. Clock at 6. 13 feet away. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And the Kings shooting around 41% on the night. To the left side wing. Now here's Cauley-Stein. Pass to Goodwin. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Goodwin. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. Goodwin, good. Goodwin's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Now here's Livingston. He's tightly guarded. That one doesn't go, but he's still shooting 50%, 5 of 10. Carter outside. There's the dish to Taylor. The pass to Aldridge. Inside, Cauley-Stein. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
McCaw, the pass to Livingston. Over Taylor. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Yeah, and that's how the lead has gotten stretched to the point it has. I mean, too many good looks being given up way too easily.
Cauley-Stein with a screen on West. Here's Taylor. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. There's one trend we've seen in the league, and emphasis on getting back defensively rather than pounding the offensive glass. I think of San Antonio a little bit when I think about that. Why is that, you think?
You know, I don't know if this is something cyclical and we'll eventually see teams emphasize getting to the offensive glass as a means to help them win. But one of the most dangerous aspects of the NBA right now is transition 3 opportunities. We're not even seeing teams get back to the hoop and build their defense out. At this point, they're sprinting to the 3-point line and then building back toward the hoop. So a drastic difference. We'll see if it changes at any point.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. And here are the Warriors now. Now Livingston takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
That's the point, guys. When your lead playmaker can get to the rim like that and convert, monster advantage.
McGee with the block. Goes up the baseline. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. For Sacramento, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Carter with the bucket.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
The Warriors have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. West kicks to Caspi. West a screen on Carter. Here is Caspi, defended by Carter. Now Caspi. And that one, good. And here is Taylor. Doris, when you look at the NBA draft lottery, so many of the top guys coming out are one-and-dones. How is that, you think, affecting the way the NBA game is played and coached?
Well, obviously it can take time because the one-and-dones are typically 18, 19, or 20, somewhere in that age range. So you wonder about maturity. Their skill sets are probably going to be, you know, a little bit slower to develop. It's enough of a concern that Commissioner Adam Silver has addressed it. Whether or not the player representation will allow that rule to be changed about the one-and-dones remains to be seen.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Good one. Pachulia, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Kings also at the sub. Jackson, he's checked in for Carter. Good on both.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
It's stolen by Taylor. Puts it up from 15. It's deflected.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Goodwin with it. Jackson setting the pick here for Goodwin. Pachulia with the steal. Here is Caspi, guarded by Jackson. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down. Well, I think Omri Caspi has been underappreciated and didn't play much for the Kings last season. Waived by the Pelicans after injuring that thumb, and hard to figure because he can give you quality minutes.
And the Warriors making a change here. Young's checked in.
Shooting 1.
Free throw drops for Caspi. And Greg Caspi, an excellent rebounder and a pretty good three-point shooter.
Versatile, he can play either forward position, and his shooting and toughness makes him a great acquisition.
Jackson kicks to Taylor. They set the pick. It's blocked. Here's McCall. Here's Livingston, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
It is the truth, though. His vertical is a huge part of what makes him tough to defend at the basket.
And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his third foul of the game. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Here's Cauley Stein. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
McCaw kicks to Young. There's a screen. Doris, the league would prefer that players stay in college a minimum of 2 years before entering the draft. Others have countered with straight out of high school in that approach. Which way do you lean?
I would say I would lean to allow these young men, if they're prepared and have the talent and ability to go straight from high school to the league, they should have that opportunity. We don't put restrictions on any other field of endeavor. If you're a great musician, you can go to New York City and make a living in an orchestra on Broadway. To me, if you're capable, you should be allowed the opportunity. This is America. We are a land of opportunity.
It's stolen by Taylor. Now, here's Goodwin. He's covered by Livingston. Jackson has the open look. And the 3 off target. Warriors have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Caspi dishes to Pachulia. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, Kevin, I love the heart and toughness Pachulia plays with. Just keeps going despite getting fouled. Nice.
Well, you wouldn't think about it with the position he plays, but, you know, Doris Pachulia is an underrated playmaker, very knowledgeable about how to space the floor, and also can drop a perfect pass to a cutter if you let him.
Well, he's the near-perfect teammate because he always understands the role that you want him to play. High IQ, he sees the floor, and he's very unselfish, Kev. He likes to make that extra pass.
Sacramento's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Goodwin kicks to Mason. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen. A floater. Pass to Jackson. He kicks it to Mason. Kings moving the ball around. Now here's Ingram. Down low. A shot's good from Aldridge.
That's a monster screen. The defender had no chance. Cole Aldridge does it well.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Here's Livingston. Misses off the right iron.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Mason, the pass to Jackson. Jackson missing again. The Warriors shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. Here's McCaw. He's looking for Livingston and finds him. Passes it to McCaw. That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists in the game. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Mason dishes to Aldridge. Now here's Ingram. Not a lot of room. And good that time.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly. Some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players, though. I mean, I think in in the olden days, there was genuine hatred, and there's some of that now. But there is really a feel like, wait, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so. Like
too much so.
I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
Mason kicks to Aldridge. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Young with the steal. Now Livingston. Young outside. Pass to McCaw. Young outside. West kicks to Livingston. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Well, these interior looks are important for Zaza Pachulia, right? He's showing he's not just a defensive presence, but an offensive threat as well.
One shot, behind the lanes.
Or as it seems like individual all-star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got two players at the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, and third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. And he gets it back. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. .135 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Jackson. Aldridge kicks to Jackson. Here's Mason. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Draymond Green.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Mason misses.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Livingston kicks to Young. Now the pass to McCaw. Young outside, 6 to shoot. Now here's Livingston, guarded by Mason. Livingston, no luck. Jackson against Young. Here's Aldridge. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's a highly efficient finish there by Cole Aldridge.
And here's Livingston. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Andre. I know if you could bottle a game like tonight, you would. But what's the key as you look forward to these upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in, play tough, and guys will be ready to play.
Great performance tonight, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.